Well, welcome in everyone to week 2 of the Friday Night Football Showdown. I'm Blake Brandon, joined by Matt DiGregorio. As always, if you thought week 1 was a lot, just wait till you see what we have for you in week 2. Plenty of time before region play gets started, so tons of matchups that we don't really normally get to see.
Yeah, Blake, ton of action from across the coast, all the way from Bay St. Louis to Moss Point. Yeah, we just have a lot of football. Of football.
Yeah, and we've been to a place we have not been in a long time, and that's where our first stop is tonight as we take a little trip up to Leakesville. Let's get up to the Battle for the Bell, rather. George County and Greene County up there. Greene County won the Bell last year. They're looking to keep it. Opening kickoff, if we're showing you special teams, it means something special is happening. Lakias Franks bobbles it initially, but finds a crease, and he is off to the races. Only the kicker to beat, and he'll do it past midfield. 16 seconds into the game, and the Wildcats have the lead, but the Rebels would be quick to respond on the other end. They pick up with good field position, work the way in the red zone. Jacoby Street off the misdirection barrels his way in for 6, and we're all tied up at 7. Greene County punching right back, though, driving down to the other end. Quarterback Colby King pulls it, calls his number 2 on the field, puts 6 on the board. The Rebels would lead at the halftime break by 7, and they come through to take it 41-28 and bring the Bell back to Loosedale.
Over in Moss Point, the Tigers seeking their first win as Hancock makes the trip across the coast. John Feaster and his side looking to get momentum on their opening drive. Hawk senior Bryce Ladner, he would make the stop. Look at him come in there. He gives a little fist bump there at the end. Moran in the offense. That's Dylan Moran in the offense to ya. He takes over, passes it down. Jeffrey Hopgood just an inch away from the goal line. Doesn't matter. Zach Galung gets the ball, and he shovels it in for the touchdown. Look at him go. Although Moss Point, they would come back with a little bit of vengeance following the Hancock score. Boris Charles bounces it outside, and he goes the distance, and Moss Point ties the game. But wait, Yellow Laundry came out onto the field, and the refs call it back. This Moss Point side has come back from a lot worse, however, and Connor White faked everyone out, and he runs in to tie the game up at 6 apiece. Extra point actually gives the Tigers a 7-6 lead. Tail end of the quarter, Dylan Moran making a strong case in the early going to be one of the top passers on the coast, finds Neil Acker, and then the two teams flip sides. That doesn't change a thing for him. He finds Braxton Johnson for the touchdown. Hancock would get the 2-point conversion, and the Hawks will they move to 2-0. They take it 52-27 over Moss Point.
Over at Milner Stadium, 1-0 teams duking it out as Van Cleve travels over to Gulfport. Bulldogs on the move, down 7-0 late in the first quarter. Hunter Parker over the middle connects with Leighton Eater. Good for the big first down. Takes a big hit, but Van Cleve fails to get points on the drive. Gulfport on the ground now. Desmond Smith up the middle with the hard running, breaks some tackles, ends up just inside the 15-yard line, and they are in business. But the Van Cleve defense going to step up to keep the Admirals off of the scoreboard. Kevin Fant and the Van Cleve Bulldogs doesn't want them to score points. Bulldogs working their way up the field now. Toss from Derek Forehand cuts his way for the nice game, but again, the drive would stall out for Van Cleve. Second quarter now, the Admirals strike with a big play. Nico Williams on the swing pass to Cam Joseph, turns on the burners, and he is gone. Right at us, right at Hugh Keaton, who shot this game for us, and that is a Gulfport touchdown for 6. Admirals added a field goal just before halftime. They would take a 16-0 lead. Gulfport turns on the Jets in the second half. They take this one big, 51-14 over Van Cleve.
Over in Gaucher, the Gators looking for their first win, and so are the visiting D'Iberville Warriors. Gaucher came out looking for something, and they took a 22-0 lead. That sounds like a little something to me. Midway through the second quarter, though, it would be D'Iberville. It seems like, hey, listen, did he catch that? Did he not? Fumble, fumble, fumble. What's going on here? Eventually, D'Iberville gets the ball back, but the Gators, they would try to do something a little special. Tip drill there, and Jaquez Patterson, he takes it in stride, goes the other way. House call, lightning quick speed for the man who wears 2-9. He gives his side a 14-point lead heading into half. Really cool moment in this one as well. The Gators having first game opportunity for Jennifer Lopez. Not that Jennifer Lopez, this Jennifer Lopez. She got her first career kicking opportunity. She actually made a few kicks in this one as well. Gaucher downs D'Iberville, 42-20.
That one's still in the fourth quarter, probably nearing the end. Over in the Tropics, though, West Harrison looking for a 2-0 start as the Summerall Bobcats come to town, and the visitors would find pay dirt first, handoff to the outside. They would find the corner, and then they would find the pylon. Bobcats miss the extra point, but still go up 6-0 all the same. Then in the second quarter, it's strike again, this time through the air. Quarterback Brendan Lewis finds Braylon Harrison over the middle, weaves his way through the defense, finds the end zone at the end of the road. Bobcats build a 13-0 lead, but here come the Canes. Jordan Stapleton with a handoff, gets the edge, dives his way for the pylon, and gets West Harrison on the board. They would trail 13-7, but they take the lead right before the half was up. Quarterback Brady Martin finds Stapleton all by himself in the flat. He would trot into the end zone. West Harrison would take a 14-13 lead at the halftime break, but the Bobcats come back in this one late. Summerall wins 27-21.
Over in the Bay, it's the battle for the crab trap between St. Stanislaus and Bay High. That's just one of the coolest looking trophies out here in Mississippi in general. They're making the trip across Highway 90, and Bay High gets the game underway with a 50-yard touchdown. That puts themselves up early 7-0. But one of the players on the coast to keep your eye on this year is this guy, Ian Gonzalez Rios. A transfer from Mexico City, rolls out of the pocket and hits Ethan Galloway in stride. That knocks the game up at 7 apiece. Later in the frame, Gonzalez Rios on the move again. He gets to the outside and he is gone. Speaking to him in the offseason, he said to me he found football accidentally in Mexico when him and his brother went to a camp that they originally thought was meant for soccer players. Yeah, he's got that soccer speed, but he has that football elusiveness. The St. Stanislaus Rocks defeat Bay High 51-21.